be looking at the earnings for Macy's. For those of you who don't know Macy's, Macy's is one of those giant stores where you have item of clothing, bags, accessories for men, women, kids, home, shoes, jewelries, and all host of different things that you can think of. So it beats the earnings top and bottom. They are clearing out their inventories. They also raise their guidance. And if you know when once a company raises its guidance, it positively affects, increase the stock price. Also, you know that we're currently looking at the holiday season where you have a lot of people doing shopping, so Macy's is actually poised to doing well even for the next earnings, which is why they increase their guidance. Let's have a look at the details for this earnings. Then we also have a look at the website so you can see what Macy's is all about, what they do. Even though I've listed it, they do items of clothing and host of other things, accessories, parts, and shops. But we'll have a look at it. So the actual earnings, actual revenue is 5.23 billion, while what was expected is 5.20 billion, and the EPS is 0.53 cents, while what was expected is 0.19 cents. So it beat top and bottom, and the stock is already up. It's already up around 7%. Macy's is trading around $21.07. So it's big top and bottom and responded positively. So let's have a look at the details of the earnings and the website. Then we'll have a look at the technical chart for price action. It's always good to have a look at the website so that you know what you're not just buying or investing in a ticker symbol. I like to take you down to the website so you see what the company is doing. So you're not just investing on a ticker symbol, or you're just looking at stocks going up and down. Feel part of it. You're putting your money there, so you should know what they do. Then check their investor relations, see what they're telling you. They're communicating to you as an investor. You need to do all these things. You need to check their balance sheet and also see whether they have cash flow, whether their total liability is too high, whether they can pay their revenue, their debts within 2-3 years. All those things, they matter. They matter for you. It's not just the ticker symbol. Oh, the stock is going up, I'm buying it. Oh, the stock is down. No, it's better to get the stocks below intrinsic value so that you know you have a good deal. But when you understand the business itself, it gives you confidence even when the stock price is down. You won't forget out of the market. Let's have a look. Here is a website for Macy's Inc. Um, America's leading retail experience. Let's have a look at this. At Macy's Inc.'s New York Stock Exchange, that is under New York Stock Exchange, we're a trusted source for quality brand at great value from off price to luxury across our iconic nameplates, including Macy's, Bloomingdale, and Bloom Mercury. We help our customer express their unique style and celebrate special moments, big and small. Headquartered in the New York City, we operate one of retail largest e-commerce business integrated with a nationwide footprint to deliver the most convenient and seamless shopping experience. Our purpose is to create a brighter future with bold representation so we can realize the full potential of every one of us. Here, look at the picture of one of their maybe a street in New York or one of their stores structure, layout. But then here it says our brands. So their brand is Macy's and Bloomdale and the Blue Mercury. So but you can have a look at their brands there. They're here. Let's have a look at other information. Let's have a look at their management team. You should know about their management team for a company you want to invest money. You should know about who are the
management, even if you don't know them one after the other, or but at least the CEO or the chairman, you should know the name, for to be an investor, you're owning they're running business on your behalf. So you should have those information. The directors, you don't have to meet them, you don't have to know them one on one, but you have an idea of who are the directors of this of your company, because you buying the shares of the business, meaning that you have a piece of it, meaning that they are also your employees one way or the other. You see, that's how important it is. As an investor, it's your money that is working for you. So the other information you might want to look at here is approximately 90,000 employees, approximate store 722. All these informations are good for valuation as well. Depending on the kind of valuation you are into or you are using. Macy's, Bloomdale's, and Blue Mercury. Um, you can see here you have a 217 sales breakdown. See, diverse offerings. Macy's Inc. sells a wide range of merchandise, including apparel and accessories, men, women, and children, cosmetics, home, furnishing, and other consumer goods. The specific assortment vary by size of store, merchandising assortment, and character of customer in trade areas. Depending on the areas, what you see in stores here might not be what you see in other places. That's what it means. Sustainability, challenging ourselves to do more. Um, from responsible sourcing and sustainable practice to corporate governance, we are proud of our standard. You know, these days, you want to be sure that the companies are, carbon friendly. They are green. They are good corporate governance is okay. Our story began 1858 when Roland H. Macy opened R.H. Macy and Co. as a dry good goods store in New York City. Though first day sales totaled $11.06, his venture rapidly grew to become one of the largest retail in the world. See, exciting career opportunity just a click away. Meanwhile, this is their corporate website. For an investor, this is a site you need to come and see and read, not the shopping site. This is not a shopping site itself. Social purpose. These are the site that gives you information about the business you want to invest in. Store count, square, culture, colleagues, brands, social purpose, news, investor. See, under the investor, you would see stock data. Let's have a look at stock data. Um, Macy's Inc. to participate in a fireside chat at the Morgan Stanley Global Consumer and Retail Conference, Wednesday, December 7th, 2022. See? So you get, I mean, you don't have to follow all the news and all that. But even if you can do that, you get yourself into it. It's your business. It's a piece of, it's one of the business you invested in. So get into it. That way I mean, you get yourself busy one way or the other. But then it's part of it. Owning a share of business or running a business is not easy. So let's have a look under the investor. We will have a look at the financial, which let me go to the financial info. Then we'll go on the Q3 earnings detail, financial information, latest quarterly results. See, comparable sales down 3.1% on an own basis. Comparable sales down 2.7% on an own plus license basis. 5.2 billion net sale, 0.52 diluted earnings per share, and then 31% digital sales and as a percent of net sale. Latest financial result Q3 2022, the earnings details, earnings release, earnings um, webcast. I've actually opened it here. So let's have a look at here to details. Here it is. Macy's Inc. report third quarter 2022. And the highlight, okay, the highlight are here. Comparable sales down 3.1% on an own basis and down 2.7% on an own plus license basis. Inventories up 4% versus 2021, reflecting ongoing planning and supply chain disciplines. Diluted EPS of 0.39 and adjusted diluted EPS of 0.52. Reaffirm annual sales guidance and raises adjusted diluted EPS guidance. New York Business Wire. Um, our Polaris strategy is working. In the third quarter, we achieved solid top line result and a strong beat to our bottom line guidance. Macy's brand position as a style and fashion source resonated with our customer, while luxury continued to outperform at Bloomingdale and Bluemercury, said Jeff Jennett, chairman and chief executive officer of Macy's Inc. Retail is detail, and our talented and agile team are executing well to compete. We know the consumer is under increasing pressure and has choices on where to spend. As a leading gifting destination with fresh inventories across value spectrum, we are ready to meet our customers' need this holiday season. We are operating from a position of strong financial health with appropriate level of inventory, a strong balance sheet with ample liquidity in investment grade credit metrics and fixed interest rate debt in a rising interest rate environment. We have the tools, data driven processes, and talented teams to manage through the uncertain time and are committed to long-term profitable growth, added Adrian Mitchell, Chief Financial Officer of Macy's. Third quarter highlight, this is the main thing here. Comparison are to third quarter 2021 unless noted otherwise. Comparison to 2019 are provided where appropriate to benchmark performance given the impact of pandemic. Diluted earnings per share of 0.39 cents and adjusted diluted earnings of per share 0.52. This compared to diluted earnings per share of 0.76 and adjusted diluted earnings per share of $1.23 in the third quarter 2021. This compared to diluted earnings per share of 0.01 and adjusted diluted earnings per share of 0.07 in the third quarter 2029. Net sale of 5.2 billion, down 3.9 versus the third quarter of 2021, up 1.1% versus the third quarter of 2019. Digital sales decreased 9% versus the third quarter of 2021, up 35% versus the third quarter of 2019. Brick and mortar sales decreased 1% versus the third quarter of 2021, down 9% versus the third quarter of 2019. Comparable sales down 3.1 on an own. I think we read that earlier. So highlight of company nameplate include Macy's comparable sales were down 4.4 on an own basic and down 4.0 on an owned plus license basis. 43.6 million active customers shopped the Macy's brand on a trailing 12-month basis and a 2% increase compared to prior year. Star Reward Program members made up approximately 70% of the total Macy's brand own plus license sales on trailing 12-month basis, up approximately 5 percentage point versus the prior year. The company continued to see strength in occasion-based categories, including career and tailored sportswear, fragrances, shoes, dresses, and luggage. Bloomingdale comparable sales on an own basis were up 5.3% and own plus license basis were up 4.1%. 4.1 million active customers shop the Bloomingdale brand on a trailing 12-month basis, a 9% increase over the prior year. Results were driven by strength across women, men, kids, and kids contemporary dressy apparel, women's shoes, as well as luggage. Bluemercury comparable sales were up 14.0% on an owned and owned plus license basis. Approximately 650,000 active customers shop the Bluemercury brand on a trailing 12-month basis, a 15% increase over the prior year. Inventory turnover, a trailing 12-month basis, was relatively flat to 2021 and improved 15% over 2019. Inventory was up 4% year over year and down 12% versus 2019, reflecting disciplined inventory management in an environment, continued supply chain volatility, and industry-wide elevated inventory levels, as well as lean inventory level experience in 2021. The company strategically brought in seasonal merchandise earlier to strengthen its competitive position for holiday, as they had that capacity to chase in season trend. Let's have a look at let's have a look at the figures here. Financial highlight: net sales, comparable sales owned. The figures are here for third quarter. Here it says in millions, except percentage per share. So here you have 5.230 million, compared to 2021, it is 5.440. So to 2021 was that, well, slightly better than 2022. Let's have a look at the here adjusted diluted EPS 0.52 compared to that. So it just tells you that 2021 was better than 2022. 2022 guidance: the company is reaffirming its annual 2022 sales guidance and raising its earnings guidance to account for improved expectation for credit card revenue, interest expense, lower benefit plan income, updated shares outstanding estimate. The full update of guidance can be found on in the presentation posted. And here you have guidance as of November 17, 2022, guidance as of August 23, 2022. The difference is net sale unchanged. It's still 24,580,000, while the adjusted approximately 10.5% remain unchanged. Um, Adjusted diluted earnings per share, here it's $4.00 to $4.27, $4 to $4.20. Conference call. We don't need all these. So, guys, you can still have a look at all these in your own time. So let's have a look at the technical chart for price action for the purpose of this video. On the technical chart, we have market capitalization 6368.3 million. Shares in float 268.3 million, and shares outstanding 271.0 million. The EPS rating is 16. The EPS growth is not available. 5-year PU range is 2. Return on equity is 54%. Cash flow is $8.93. These are the past EPS from 2016 to date. It has always been somewhat positive, but you have the estimate for 2023 in negative here. But then it is currently trading as 23, it closed at $23.50 as of 30th of November. So it is 52 weeks high is $31.23, and 52 weeks low is $15. So it's currently trading minus 24.8% of the current price. So let's have a look at the ownership. Funds own 47%, banks own 3%. The checklist: Peter Lynch 3 out of 8, Warren Buffett 12 out of 16. So you can see it is a liability to assets. That's when it failed, and then 3 years EPS growth. It failed that one as well. I mean, you can always look at all this in your own time again. Benjamin Graham 9 out of 13. So let's have a look at the technical. Here it's currently trading above 10 weeks moving average and also above 40 weeks moving average. So as we can see here, we tend to be on a bullish move. The market, we're still in a bear market, as we believed. Even though we might just be experiencing a Santa Claus rally, we don't know yet, but it is currently above 10 weeks and 40 weeks moving average. This is the weekly chart for your information. And also, you can see that it has not really been bad considerably, given that we've been in bear market since most part of the year. Let's have a look at it on a daily chart. On a daily chart, well, as you can see, we have been lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So we're beginning to go on the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high instead of lower low, higher low, lower high. So now we just might be on the bullish move. It is currently above 15-day and 50-day moving average. So this is somewhat more like a bullish. We begin to see the the bulls are back, or the bullish move technically on a technical chart. This is what it says. So guys, be careful. Do not just jump on this stock because you watch. You need to do your own valuation to be sure you know what you are doing. You're not just buying a ticker symbol, or you. If you're trading, it's a different thing. The approach for a trader is different from an investor. So don't mistake the two for each other. There's nothing wrong being a trader, but it's just a different approach.
Guys, you have seen the details of the earnings. You have seen it line by line. You have seen the arrays of products. Now you know what they do. It is not just about investing in ticker symbol. You need to feel it. You need to know what the company does. You need to check their investor relation, check their finances. Be sure that they can pay back their debt in few years. Check their total liability to free cash flow. Make sure they have cash flow. Cash flow is king, is important. Don't just invest, don't just jump on any stock you watch a video on. It's not about that. It's about putting your money in the right place and knowing what this company does. So that even when the stock price is down, you have confidence knowing what they do and knowing that their balance sheet is good. You're not just figured out of the market. Be a good investor. Be surgical with your investor. Be choosy. Don't go for every stock that is going up and down. Oh, it's up today. Take it. Be methodical. Take it step by step. Thank you for watching this channel. We continue to produce content that will support your investment journey. Please call again.